What is PTSD? PTSD is a psychiatric disorder defined as a particular set of reactions that can develop in people who have been through a traumatic event which threatened their life or safety or that of others around them. It is well known that emergency service workers have the potential to be exposed to more trauma in a single shift than most people would deal with in a lifetime, increasing the likelihood of developing PTSD, ultimately resulting in them becoming unfit to perform their duties, which are essential to the functioning of any community.
1 in 4 former and 1 in 10 current emergency service workers are likely to endure PTSD. Employees with over 10 years of experience are twice as likely to experience psychological distress and 6 times as likely to experience PTSD. 1 in 3 emergency service workers experience very high levels of psychological distress, and more than half of the employees report that they have experienced a traumatic event on shift that deeply impacted their mental health.
There are several factors relating to the trauma exposure itself that increase one's likelihood of developing PTSD, including the severity of the event and its initial response, the duration of exposure, dissociation during the event, and the number of cumulative exposures. This last one is specifically relevant to emergency service workers who have the potential to be repeatedly exposed to traumatic events on a day-to-day basis and throughout their entire careers. Risk factors for developing PTSD include genetic predisposition, lack of social support, feelings of guilt or shame, limited education, alcohol and substance abuse, earlier life trauma, and pre-existing mental health conditions.
There are 4 major clusters of PTSD symptoms. The first is reliving the traumatic event through intrusive memories, flashbacks, and nightmares. Avoidance of thoughts and situational reminders of the event, such as people, activities, or places that induce memories of the trauma. Negative thoughts associated with the incident, including blacking out important details or remembering unusual circumstances of the experience. And triggering symptoms including irritability, being easily startled, insomnia, and concentration difficulties. Many of these symptoms are common responses to trauma, so presenting with these symptoms does not necessarily indicate PTSD. To diagnose PTSD, symptoms from each of these clusters must be present for more than 1 month with clear impairment on social and occupation functioning.
Created using Powtoon.